Hey guys, Ivan here with SicMagna. Just want to let you know that we're gonna do something a little bit different today. I'm Bartek here. He's also an eBay reseller. He's got a fantastic eye for finding really good products, but he's also got challenges many of us have often faced or currently face with just having too much product, kind of helping him understand how he's going to approach this problem, not to be overwhelmed, but to understand that you scale the mountain one day at a time.
Who is it?
Bartek, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up?
We're here to work in your death pile, right?
My what pile? Death pile. All right, let's look.
So tell us, what do you do, Bartek?
I'm a treasure hunter.
Okay. So what's the definition of a death pile?
A death pile is a bunch of stuff piled up on top of each other that you source to sell, but you never let anybody know that it's for sale.
Okay.
Piles up. So I have an eBay business, and what I do with the eBay business is I source things from estate sales, yard sales, garage sales, thrift stores, auctions, online auctions, in-person auctions. I really like sourcing things. It's kind of fun finding stuff. It's a treasure hunt. I started small with the side hustle. It was just a small side hustle. And I sold a few things, was making money, and I just kept buying, reselling, but then the buying part kind of took over just because I'm getting funds from what I sell, but I'm using that money to source more inventory. So, and it just grew and grew and grew. I'm still selling, but it's overwhelming now. Oh, I'm finding, wow, I think you really make some money here. But so I'm sitting on a gold mine kind of. Right. It still takes work to get in the gold mine, pull the gold out.
So that analogy is you can sit in a gold mine, but it's worth nothing until you mine it, right? And you get it to the market.
I've got a garage full of stuff. This is pretty much all I have listed, and everything else is my gigantic death pile. And I've got everything from horse blankets, high-end speakers, to turntables, just a tripod for hunting, paper dolls here. I paid $30 for these at an estate sale. $30 for this whole set. There's about 70 of these paper dolls from the 50s, 60s, 70s.
Can you show us one?
But they sell anywhere from $20 to $50 a piece. But if it's sitting here, it's not making me any money.
So of these paper dolls, how many of them are listed right now?
Let me see. Zero.
Nice. I think that's one of the objectives we should focus on today is we've talked about in some of my videos about the strategic framework of sourcing, inventory management, listing, sales and fulfillment, and the customer service. So I think you've hit on the sourcing piece that you enjoy it. It's that high of finding that item, but then the metrics on the sales side as well of the things that we've talked about over the months that you find and then you sell. The money's there, the value's there. Now the question is how do you scale that? And so we're kind of caught in the middle of we source something and it goes into the mysterious land of inventory management, and then at some point it gets listed or it doesn't, or it's forgotten, right? And so I think
hence the death pile.
Hence the death pile, and that's kind of where we're at because you kind of fall off that cliff of you want a clean funnel of sourcing, putting in inventory, listing it, selling it, and then making sure your customers are happy. But you're kind of sourcing, it goes into inventory, and then nothing else happens.
I got this from a dumpster. That's another great place for finding things.
Dumpsters. I like dumpster diving.
Army canteens, golf clubs, pillows, biking gear, camping gear, a laserdisc player. I've got all sorts of receivers and all kinds of electronics. I've got about 700 records sitting there, not listed. I've got CD players, tennis rackets.
Right, so we talked about why you're doing this. There's that desire to make additional income. I think you have some...
Papa, can you come in here? I locked them.
You locked who?
I locked all 3 of them out, the rest of them. Oh, you filmed me a video?
Yeah, so what happened is my wife and 2 children were locked out, and your son...
My son locked them outside in the cold.
So it's good that he interrupted us. Anyhow.
That's right. I try to look at things very pragmatically. I use the analogy, you kind of joked about it in one of my videos, it's like making a sandwich. Everything has a process, whether you're mixing a song or you're doing a video, there's a beginning and there's an end to the steps you have to take. I think a lot of times, and we all intuitively know those steps, right? Like you know what it takes to list, but sometimes when you come in and you see kind of the scale of work, right? There's a lot to list. It's overwhelming. It's honestly, and I deal with this too. It's very discouraging. The cool thing about what you're dealing with is it's a solvable problem. It's about having a goal. So what is the goal in the next month, right? And we don't have to answer that right now, but like, is it list 5 items a day, or is it list 1 item a day? And then it's being held to that goal, and that's why I do these videos, because I want people to hold me accountable to my goals.
I have some good success with whatever I list sells, but I have children, I have a job, and other hobbies, including sleep. I don't get that much.
And I think the focus here is going to be around your inventory management, because if it's not organized, it's overwhelming. You don't know what you have, and if you don't know what you have, you can't sell it. And then the listing piece is, you know what you have, but nobody else knows you have it, right? So you can't sell it to the market if they don't know you have it. And you have some really cool stuff that I guarantee people will buy, but we got to get it to them. We got to publicize that. So let's work on those 2 pieces today, and then we'll jump into your garage. We'll get a little bit organized. I want to better understand your inventory, how you manage your inventory, and then we'll clean up and organize a little bit, and then maybe we can jump into picking a few items and we'll list them.
Sounds like a plan.
So you buy something, you come home. What happens when you come home?
This happens.
So you just throw it somewhere.
Yeah.
And how do you decide where to put it, or you just wherever you have space?
Right now, it's wherever I have space.
Okay, but I can't operate if I can't move. So like when I look at this out here, it gives me anxiety.
Of course.
So
right.
Let's start working on just cleaning some of this up. Maybe we can start to organize things and stack them, so things that are stackable, and then let's create some space, and that'll help us identify things that we can hopefully list today. Okay.
Yes. Like another thing that takes some space in this business.
Shipping supplies.
Is shipping supplies.
Yep.
Shelf dedicated for boxes over there, and then I've got random empty boxes all over the place. All these broken down boxes, but I don't want things to be in the way.
So you mentioned earlier, let's clear this walkway. Let's make some space so we can walk and grab things.
Yeah.
Then I think let's not overcomplicate it, because I think you mentioned to me a few minutes ago that I was trying to move stuff. Like the question is, where are you going to move it to?
Yeah.
So I think the more pressing issue is let's list some things. Like we see some of these larger boxes, like you were pointing at this box down here.
These larger items I like to get listed, and then I could move.
Then we could set them aside.
And I know it's there.
And then we can just keep clearing the walking space and listing items.
What did we accomplish today in your eyes?
One is order and space,
Okay.
so it feels like I can breathe. There's room to breathe, and with that, it gives just more be able to see exactly what's my next step, what I can do to organize not just what I see, but organize mentally.
Yeah. The small transformation, right? It's not like a major overhaul. We worked for maybe 3 hours.
Yeah.
But the key thing that I wanted to give you is the opportunity to move, because sometimes not only are you when you're mentally overwhelmed, but when you're physically overwhelmed too.
Yeah,
when you're tripping over your stuff to work, it's difficult. So I think we created you 2 nice little aisles to be able to get to one of your racks or some of your shelves, and also to your workbench. And we tried clearing some surface area too, so you have the workbenches you can utilize for packing, shipping, or as you're moving items. So hopefully it gives you a lot more mobility. Before the camera rolling was for 1 month.
At least for 1 month, I'm not going to source anywhere. Like, I'm just going to say, I can't source. I'm going to be focusing on, oh man, that's a good deal. I'm not going to be like slobbering over it. Oh man, I can make so much money off that.
Yeah.
So
I think there's so much stuff you already have that you can make money off.
Yeah,
Right?
but I need to make money off of that.
So you heard everybo's a witness here, myself as well. So
30 days.
I told Bartek, if I have to come back here and if I find a new item, I'm just gonna throw it away.
We have compared to what we did have, so I just appreciate that.
So again, the key here was we wanted to create, because this is your listed shelf. So we want to make that accessible.
Yeah,
we created some space here and kind of organized some boxes and some space. And then we've created some more workspace here for you, so you can work on photographing and listing, and you can breathe in here a little bit more.
But I think as you start to move product, you also will create the space for that. So I think it makes it easier, because right now to move a box, you have to move a box to move a box, right?
Yeah.
So and I understand that. So let's spend the next 30 days. We're not going to buy anything else, and we're also your goal is to list 100 items in the next 30 days.
Okay, I can do it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We'll go from there.
Thanks.
All right, man. Thank you.
I didn't realize how big of a burden that was, like how much of a weight I was carrying, and it's been lifted off of me. I'm still carrying it, but I'm not carrying it alone. You guys really helped me. So
Yeah,
like,
that's awesome.
so I'm thinking 30 days from now, my attitude's gonna change, and everything's gonna be like all the better, including my sales too, which is a
Yeah, that's what we want. We want to see you make money.
good result. Yeah,
Awesome.
a good result.